Hey guys, what's going on? So, you'd think I'm happy I had a green day? No, you're wrong. I had another red day, but I'm learning. I'm slowly learning. So, I didn't have quite the massive red day as I did yesterday. I did lose another $400, but I'm learning. I'm learning to stop pushing it in a crappy market like we have right now. I took a couple trades. I took a pre-market trade, and I was up about $100, and then it came back down, and then I sold out, and I only made like, I can't remember what it was, like 40 cents or like literally 40 cents, not per share, like a total profit of 40 cents. So that happened, but I don't know. I said yesterday that I wouldn't be that upset if I did have another couple red days. So I'm giving back more and more profit, and I can see that. I've had 3 red days in a row now, and it sucks, but I'm learning. And this is how you learn, is you keep getting knocked down, you keep getting pummeled by the market, and you keep coming back. Now, luckily for me, I am profitable right now, so I'm not just losing money over and over and over, day in and day out, and I can't come back. So it's good that I can learn these lessons and stay in the game. So I'm pretty new to trading. Like I said, I started in February and I only made $150 total in February, but now in July we're up here a lot more than that. So sucks to give back a lot of it. You know, I was up a total of around 5,800 and now I'm down to 4,000, but this is the typical swings of a new trader. I don't expect to, like, I could wipe all of this out this month, and you know that's very possible. I can make a stupid mistake. I don't think I'm going to do that. I learned pretty quickly, but anyways, so maybe today would have been better off just not trading at all, because I did make just a few mistakes. I think 2 big mistakes, and just like that, probably tripled the profit at least, or tripled the loss at least. I could have been down only 100 to 150. You'll see my opening trade on Riot here. At first I was down just a little bit, and then I made this awesome trade right here, 765 up to 775, and then I was up, and then I don't know why I bought again. I bought again right here as we were coming back up again, and then this just got slammed back down. Again, I didn't take into account the daily resistance here. It was at, I think, 775 or 4. So once we broke over it, and then it failed. This was a clear short. This wasn't a good thing to buy. So I was in it just for the quick scalp, but then I don't know why I bought in again. I don't know if I didn't mean to, or if I just thought I saw something and I bought in, but I bought in right here. Where is it? Yeah, you can see. Wait, 930. Yeah. So I sold at the top, which was a great trade. Like I said, awesome trade. And then I saw this kind of wedge forming again in my head, because this is the 5-second chart and I was trading on the 1-minute chart. So I thought we were about to break to the upside, but again we just broke to the downside. There was a clear short biased kind of vibe on this stock, and I shouldn't have bought in that second time. So that was my mistake. And then very, very quickly I went from up, I think maybe 50 or something dollars down to, I rode this I all the way down, 768. I sold for like a 30-cent loss, and then I was down like 200 bucks, and that kind of sucked, but that's my own fault. Again, I'm learning. So I took another couple little trades in here and I lost, and not that much money, but we'll go over a lot of them in the live trade. So let's open that up right now. Let me go find it. So this was the pre-market trade I was talking about on Mara. This was 842. I bought in, I meant to buy in for the break of 134, I think, and I got an average of 35, so not terrible. I was looking for the move above 140, and then we got above 140, and I try and take some shares off here, but I don't get filled into that, and then, you know, we come back down. and I have to sell out for 28 cents of profit total. So that was a little unfortunate, and I think I'm pushing my luck a little with pre-market trading, and I don't know if I should just not do it or what, because I typically lose on pre-market trades, and maybe it'll help me just kind of get a better idea of like a game plan for the day. But other than that, I think I'm just gonna use the time from waking up early to maybe eat, because I don't eat in the morning for whatever reason. I'm just not that hungry. And then maybe come back and check out some setups. So let's go to the next trade here. So we can see here, Riot is what I took out of the gates here. I bought in, so again, there was another trade in here. It was like I bought in for this wash, and then I sold out, and that was before the open. But then here at the open, 400 shares, I took it, and then I sold it. But then when I took 400 shares again, let's back up and see if we can see it. I just got stuck in this dump. It was really bad. So again, I bought in. We got stuck in this dump. I'm trying to sell at 768 because I saw the mistake that I made, and then we come back down, and I'm all through this dump. And then I said, okay, 750 is my stop, but it just blows through 750. So I say, okay, just a tiny bounce, 755. I'll put my shares up, and we'll get out. Or no, not 755, 760. And we didn't. And then I was like, okay, so I guess 745 is now my stop, but then it just blows through 745. So again, just a bad trade. It's hard to manage something like this when you shouldn't have been in it in the first place. So as we start to come back down even more, I say, okay, it just blew through 740, which was my actual stop, and then so I just try and bail out, and I bail out at 37, and I get filled at the bottom, of course. So that was not a good start to the day. I didn't feel good about that, obviously. So whatever, but it happens. It happens. I take a quick trade on tops. It was on my pre-market watch list. I buy in here for the break of 107. I see the momentum coming in. We have some big volume. So I bought in, but I tried to take the breakout or bailout mentality. So I was holding on there for too long. So I'm in, and we don't see the momentum. And then I think to myself, okay, what was I doing wrong yesterday? I was over trading, so this could be considered an over trade. But another thing I was doing is I wasn't cutting my losses. Like, I could be cutting my losses earlier also. So I just decided to take the 1 cent loss. I just sold it all at 103 here. You can see when I sell. I'm the guy that sold into 103. And yeah, right there I just locked in a $33 loss. A very tiny loss, but it counts towards that over trading. I'm taking bad setups. But at least now I'm not letting them go against me even more, because if I had held on from to $1 or whatever, that would have already been $150 of a loss. So good that I sold earlier, but I shouldn't have been in tops in the first place. I should have waited for confirmation. What did I take? Another trade here on Riot. So I tried to get in here for the 1 minute setup to make a new high. Again, a terrible idea, because of the short bias on the stock. So this just had a big kill candle here, and maybe in another market this would have worked, but the 1 minute setup just wasn't working out, so I sold out right away. So I think that was the right decision. So Mara is where I made my mistake. So Mara, I'm in here at 142. This was on my pre-market watch list. I love the way the stock looked. We're above the resistance here on the daily. So I say, okay, I'm going to get in here for the move above 140, what is it, 7? So 45, and then it's showing a lot of weakness, so I sell out, and I bring my loss from $56 down to $22. So I'm taking those wins a little bit quicker. So I finished the day down 150 on this, and you'll see how. I managed to screw it up. Where is it here? So since I didn't hold on for my initial move, and I sold early, I saw the momentum coming back in again. So I rebuy, and this is where I need to tweak my emotions and my strategy a bit. So I sell it on the way back down after buying in towards the highs, and then now we go from a $22 loss to a $100 loss. So again, not very good. That wasn't smart. There was, if we look when I bought in here, like, well, I don't know why I was thinking of buying into such a fixed stock. Like, look, as this guy's getting bought up at 145, I buy into him. But we can see, look, 93,000 shares at 148. Clearly, there's no big potential in this stock, so it's not worth it. I just shouldn't have traded. And that's something I have to learn. I'm very quick to just jump on things. I'm quick to get knocked down and then step right back up to the plate for another swing. But I do that maybe a little overzealously. I don't look at the signs that are right staring me in the face. So that's what's holding me back as a trader. That's what's causing me to have either bigger red days than I should, or potentially this could have been just a green day if I had waited and waited and waited and waited for an actually good setup. So I didn't wait, and then I paid the price, but that's fine, and it happens, and I know that it happens. This pretty much just continues throughout the whole day. I take more on ride here. I take another 1 minute setup. I think we're gonna push through high of day, and then we come back down. So I stop out at my stop is the low of this candle, so at 56. So 57, 56. Like, see, it's just not moving. So I should not be in this because it's not worth it. It's really not worth it in a market like this. So 757, we're getting real close to that stop, so I just take it at 157, and you can see my losers are slowly creeping up, 110, 140. So I don't know. That's what was happening a lot of the day, and it's exactly what happened yesterday. But yesterday I did it into oblivion, so I consider this an improvement, but I don't think I'm anywhere near where I want to be on these types of days, because when it's good, I can make it, but I have a hard time kind of stepping back. So maybe I should be reducing my share size in a market like this, or I should be reducing my share size on individual stocks until we see follow through, which I think is a great idea. Having sort of a max loss. So I have a max loss of $500. I'm going to set that in place. Max loss. I forgot to write it here. So here's the trade I was talking about on Mara that was eventually worth taking. So again, it's hard to see when this will happen and when it won't happen. So I'm not really sure if this was even worth taking, because I'm in here. I see the big bids. I take full size again. And I'm looking for the break of 148. And eventually this guy does get massively bought up on huge volume. We can see here that volume is increasing. And finally we get the break. He gets, there's 100,000 shares for sale. Slowly gets bought up. And there we go. We're through that guy. You can see we have massive volume already, and I take my profit up here, and that's that. I re-add at the bottom, which is the breakout spot, just to increase my profits a little more if possible. And where do I sell this? I sell this a little bit higher, up towards 153. So I brought a $108 loser up to a $64 winner. Now, that could have... It's hard to say if that could have gone just the other way or what would have happened. So I'm happy about that trade. So I screwed this up by trying to rebuy in again to the same stock on a dip that I was clearly pushing my luck. I was just pushing my luck here. So we can see here I'm trying to buy in the bid, and all of my shares get filled, but that's because there's a huge incoming dump, and we're already down 7 cents, and I go, oh god, like, I I played it smart, and then I was an idiot, and I shouldn't have bought the dip. There's no reason to buy this dip. The only dip buy kind of spot was back on that first dip, which is right where it is right now. So sure, maybe I should have bought at 147, 2,200 shares with a stop at 145. That would have been actually reasonable. And then I would have thought, okay, as it's coming down here, I might have to sell. But, you know, I'll learn from these mistakes eventually. Dip buying is good, but not when there's no support. There was no support at this level at 152 where I bought. There was no reason to. The breakout spot was 148. So if I was dip buying and trying that strategy, I should have been buying at 148. And then my stop would have been 3 cents at 145, and my target, or my first target, would have been 8 cents or whatever it is up to 156. So I won't go on and on with this. I took another trade. I don't know if I recorded it. Let me look. So I didn't record it, but it was on BLIN, and I can show you here. Where are my most recent trades? I guess all at the end of the day I took BLIN. You can see right here. So the first trade was a flat top kind of breakout here. We were moving up towards the highs here at $2, and I was waiting to see how it reacted here at 197, and then as I saw the buyers come in, you can see I bought right before the breakout here and sold after the breakout for a nice 10 cents, and then a dip buy, a proper dip buy, which was here again at $2 with a risk of 196, which is 4 cents. So I need to make at least 4 cents for it to be worth it, and I'm selling up here for 4 cents and 7 cents. So that is an example of a good dip buy. So again, another winner right there, and I think I went full size. 1040. Where is it here? Yeah, 1,400 shares. So I took a little bit less risk, but they were both winners, so that brought me up. And then I was waiting for another pattern to form. I wasn't being greedy. I think right here, I was being a little greedy because I was waiting for the first 5-minute setup to make a new high and the break of this little wedge, and I just barely missed it, and I got filled here. So I waited. I said, okay, this still has potential. Let's wait and see how it reacts. And then I sold at 195 because it looked like it was going to break. And then I bought in again at the $2 level. We know that $2 level is pretty big. It's a pretty critical level. So I bought in there, and then I sold up towards the next break of high of day. And the next break was at 208. So 208 here. I held for that whole thing. I said, okay, the first one worked, so naturally the second one will probably work too. So right as it broke through, I took profit almost right away at 212 because it just shot through 207. And another great trade. And I went from down whatever it was on the video to up $32. So thankfully, I guess I'm finishing, you know, the day up 390 because I was down like 500 or 600 or something, but I don't know. It's improvement, and I know this process is very long, and it takes a while, and I'm only 6 months into it, so maybe it'll take me another 6 months to just get a hold of this, and after that, I'll just have an equity curve that just goes nice and straight up. That would be nice. So with that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. We're already at like 400 subscribers. I had no idea we were this high. The last time I looked at this, it was like 340, and then the last time before that, it was at like 280, and I was telling my friends a couple weeks ago, like, oh, subscribe, we're trying to get to 500, and that was when it was at 240, so the growth on this is awesome. Too bad my my equity curve for my account doesn't look like that. It's up and down and up and down and up and down. Withdrawals, deposits, withdrawals, deposits. Anyways, yeah, look, this, my watch time even. Too bad my equity, well, my equity curve kind of does look like that. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Anyways, I'll shut up. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.